Three go now. Today I'm going to discuss with you the reason why people die in Uganda. Not dying because of the epidemic, but dying because of the government's money that you give people on pension. Come with me. I want to show you some of the projects that would keep you alive, some of the projects that will keep you happy, and this is it. Just imagine you're an old man. Of course, not like me. I'm old enough, but not that old, because I'm soon also approaching, or I'm clocking to over 40 years. But me, I don't think I'll just die far like that, because I'm a farmer. Farmers always get treatment, not from the monies that we get, but also from the comfort that we get from our farms. So basically, I want you guys to quote me very, very well. I'm not attacking anybody, but I want to attack you who is looking at me, who is a government employed, who is an organization employee, and you're hoping to get what they call pension. And people always explain that this is a pensionable job. This is, I don't know, you have your words that you always use, but this is what I can help you. As a citizen of Uganda, I really feel touched, and I feel that really this shouldn't happen, because me, I believe if you want to be successful, you have to make other people successful. So like, the reason why people die after the pension, these are some of the reasons that I want to explain to you, my dear people, my dear farmers, my dear friends, fathers, mothers, and all kind of people. Let me have a seat here as we discuss. This is more of business, friendship, and everything. I want a cameraman gets just close to me, and as I explain to you, the reason why you see a lot of people dying. Actually, I want you to take your census. I want you to take your explanation as you. I want you to understand that people who always retire, most of them die. Most of those people that don't belong to the pastoralists. When I explain a pastoralist, I talking about those people who are really doing farming or cattle farming as a business. Most of the time, we feel very, very comfortable with wherever we work from. We really feel very, very comfortable with our jobs, because the jobs can provide us with a lot of things. They give us houses, they give us medical insurance, they give us sometimes school fees for our kids. So they make us feel very comfortable on job. But do you know the reason? Because they want you to perform to your best. And the more you perform best for your government job, for your workers, sorry, for your, let's say wherever you work from, because they want you to work much, much better. And that's what you do as you. But this has caused a lot of trouble. Take an example of the Ugandan people who are working in governments. Most of the time, those people have really failed to work. Look at how these guys are running in, and I think you'll be enjoying. So, I'm still explaining to you the reason why people, I want to be very brief. The reason why people die after they retire, one, most of the time they spend it at work. Then after spending it at work, they get the benefits, but they fail to invest those benefits, like the allowances they get, like sorry, we call it the salaries that they get, the massive salaries. And at the end of the day, you find that it becomes very troublesome for a retired person who is tired. You know, a retired person who is tired, you know, the way I used to perform when I was 25 years, it's not the same way I'm performing right now. I'm growing old, I'm growing weaker and weaker. So what would I do? What Hamis would do is to start planning like the way you have seen Hamis is planning, like the way you see I'm struggling with animals. I'm trying to understand the project that I can invest in my money. So most of the time, people be comfortable in offices. They do not even get time to go and invest for themselves because the companies, the government is paying. If it is paying, it is supposed to exhaust you. And when it exhausts you, it's buying your energy. Do you get it? It's buying your time. It's buying your everything. So by the time you begin to think of investing for yourself, you can't run a kilometer. That means you're tired. And you think that is the time you're going to use to work for yourself. That is not the case. Start now. Let me tell you one thing. This is supposed to even go to those people that have not even got a job. If you get a job, this is what you have to bear in your mind, first and foremost. If you get a job, think about of the retirement. Like the way you got the job is the same way you're going to get retired. You get? Think of your job today. If you get a job today, think about of your retirement tomorrow. Because they are going to exhaust you, they are going to give you money. At the end of the day, they are going to leave you when you're already gone. So the cameraman come in here. We are still explaining. We are still explaining the business, the development of the people. So when you get the job, like you've got a job today, I want you to do one thing or two things. Partition your money in different ways. Partition it on an investment, and that investment, I know you're investing in insurance and everything, it is well, but there is a level where you are supposed to invest in the insurance. You get it? Cut off a percentage that goes in your long-term investment. What are long-term investments? Land. And of which, after buying the land, you might take like 5 years buying land, paying part of your insurance, and your life to live. But after the 5 years, you can invest in the animals. You get it? When you start today, by the time 5 years are done, you already have your land, you already have your other things moving, because I know you have a lot of problems, but they are already moving. You get? But you bought the land, then start thinking of investing in the animals. Whereby, if you reach a time when a person is telling you that you're supposed to retire by this age, you still have the energy, you know how to run a business before you leave your job. Let's say in farming, you have learned how to manage the goats, you've learned the downfalls of the goats, you've learned the challenges of the goats, you know where to sell the animals, you've done all your cafes, so that when those people give you the bulk money, you know where to put it. But the problem we get, you'll be very comfortable, then after being comfortable, you're clocking to 70 years and they're telling you you're retiring. You don't even know how they stand to buy a fuel. But they are giving you, let's say, $1 billion, and they are telling you, you will never go back to the government, you'll never go back to this job. This is the money we have given you, go and leave. First of all, you have a panic. Secondly, you've not invested in any business. Thirdly, you fear to be out of there, out of that area. Then when you get the money, you will start losing it. Let me tell you one thing, it's very hard to get $1 billion and you all use it usefully. The mafias are there in the country. The brain, you know, in every village. Have you ever noticed that in every village, there is a person, they know that this is the brain of this. Those people are there. And I'm telling you, in reality, they are very bright. I'm telling you, they can convince you. They can chew your money. And you remember that they have chewed my money when it is already late. What am I trying to explain to you? The reason why people die immediately after retirement, like 2 years, because they never understood the business before they left. They didn't know where to invest before they left the job. Where they get the money, those wise people in villages scoop that money, they take it, they start to create a heart attack to the retired person first. Secondly, if you lose that money, let's say they have given you a deal which is going to give you money. Let me take just a simple example of the agronomists. They can tell you plant this, let's say onions. After planting the onions, you sell like once. After like these other 2-3 harvests, they tell you the market is already gone. You already invested your money there. Are you not going to get heart attack? Two, you think of building a good house because everybody knows that you are a professor somewhere. You do not want to build like a small house. Building a house is very, very expensive. If you decide to put part of that money, it will consume half of your money. Remember the onions, or let's say the passion fruits, or let's say the avocado. The reason why I'm talking about those perishables, they are timely. If you produce them and you don't have a ready market, you're in trouble. That's why I'm giving an example of that. I can't give you an example on animals like goats, let's say cows, because those are not perishables. If you don't buy that, I can sell it anytime. But if you don't buy my tomatoes, I'm going to die. I'm going to be on pressure, because if it takes a week without taking it on the price I want, it is going to rot. That's why they have to control your market. So those are my reasons why people die immediately after retirement. But you people who are looking at me, who are listening to me, don't allow to die. Start to invest your money earlier, such that by the time you retire, you know where to go. And also the government should help us, not giving pension to a person at once. Start when he's about to retire, like 5 years. Start giving him the partial. So that when you give him, let's say if he's supposed to get $1 billion and you're giving him some 2 millions now, he's going to invest it in what those people are planning for him. You get? Then after losing that, he will get another brain of trying something else. In that period of 5 years, that person should have discovered where he's going to discover his gold. But waiting for that last time, and you give that money, all that money, when he loses it in bulk. And you know what? People who are educated and retired, they are still going to be a laughable matter. You get it? And you know, you discourage young people to go into education. Why? Because those people are not happy. It was very absurd. One guy was telling me that, do you remember a certain doctor who was a director of something, is too broke that he cannot even stand in front of people. There is also another person who was explaining just behind me that, do you remember the honorable that was a minister of what and what, these days is in the village taking millet. That is really too absurd. It doesn't give us courage as us people who are coming up to be academicians, those who want to do a lot of degrees, a lot of masters. We are getting scared. Why? Because we don't see value in those that have gone where we want to be. So, dear people, I don't blame anybody, but that will definitely go to the employers. Think about it, how you are preparing your people to succeed after the retirement from your jobs. So, my dear people, I want you to really understand that. Let that make sense for you, and you also pass it over to a person that you think is right. Pass it to the directors, pass it to you people who are watching me, pass it over to whoever is concerned and whoever you know. Let me just wish you the best, and bye for now.